like I said, I am glad it's not a lot of money. You know, it was only $50. But I'm more pissed about because like again, do I have really can I afford just to waste $50 like that? Not really. But you know, when I talk to Keith, I'm sure he'll give me the money for that. Just because I was sending him the deposit on his behalf technically, so I was looking at the vehicle for him, right? And it really sucks. The guy's name is Z. Williams, and he was selling a 1984, or at least claimed to be selling, with full pictures and everything, a 1984 Ford Mustang convertible, 5-liter, 5-speed. It was red, had black front fenders on it, looked like it had brand new tires on it, and it looked like a legit ad. You read the ad, it's like, yeah, this thing, you know, had a clutch 15,000 kilometers ago, told about some legit issues, although one saying like CV joints, well, it doesn't have CV joints. And, you know, yeah, it's okay, it's cool, like, it happens, right? Like, I'm more upset at the fact that I drove all the way down from you know, Edmonton, you know? And so, not only, like, am I out the $50, I'm also out about half a tank of gas. Now, with any luck that I can get that replaced, because of, like, my buddy Keith, who I was looking on this on his behalf, I'm sure he'll completely understand, be like, yeah, no problem. I'll give you the money for that. So, yeah, it's just, it sucks. It really does. This car, it actually looked like a promising, cool little project that would have just played with a little bit, you know, fixed it up, and, you know, paint the 2 front fenders, and then basically flip it. You know, it would have been a good little thing for that. Because it was cheap. It was only $800. I'm like, it says he lives in Edmonton, but it said it was in Red Deer. But, I mean, I should have saw the red flag from his email, because his email, I think, was Z-Yeg Construction, which, well, it says you're from Edmonton, and if your email is a personalized one for Edmonton, I should have saw that one, but it happens, right? And it sucks, but it is what it is. You know, what can I do? Like, there's nothing. I tried calling my bank, and because it was an e-transfer and not, say, like a wire transfer or something like that, then unfortunately there's nothing they can do. So it sucks. But, you know, and you look at the guy's profile on Facebook, it looks like a legit profile. Like, I didn't see any red flags on his profile. The email was a bit of a red flag, but the rest of it looked okay. And to be honest, like, sometimes, you know, and I was willing to give the guy the benefit of the doubt just with the fact that, well, maybe he recently moved or something. And, like, literally, he said in the ad that he's selling this because he has too many projects. So, you know, it is what it is. Not more I can do about it. But I hope you all are having a better day than I am. It started out where I went out and hung out with my buddy Braden and checked out his Jeeper. It's a little closer this time, because last time I saw them it was pouring rain, I was just really tired, and I did not stick around very long. And I gave him some pointers and stuff like that on it. Because like he bought a parts car Thunderbird, which is an 88, and then he has an 84 Thunderbird. Both of them 302 cars, both of them automatics, OD cars, and like, I should be able to make it back up to Edmonton on this tank of gas, because I've got about a little over a quarter of a tank of gas left, which should make that mileage. It just sucks because I was also driving a little faster just to get there quicker. It's getting to be, you know, dark out, right? So I did not want to check this thing out in the dark or anything. So it sucks. And you look at the ad and it says, hey, it's sold. Yeah, because you scammed me out of money. Like, asshole. Because I didn't really ask him us need to jump on this thing, and that was a mistake, complete mistake. So now, yeah, just out that money. It blows goats. But what can you do, right? And you know, like there's no point like stamping my feet, yelling, getting very angry about it. It just is what it is. At least it wasn't a lot of money, and at least I didn't travel like a long ways. You know, like if I traveled, like say it took me the full day, instead of taking, you know, maybe 2.5 hours, then this would be a little different. I'd be quite pissed. And, you know, like say I was going from Edmonton to Lethbridge, which is a 5-hour drive, I would have been very, very upset. So, oh well, a little bit learned. And, you know, just next time, yeah, hopefully this won't happen again. Because, and unfortunately, because it's such an e-transfer, they consider that like just like a cash deal. There's nothing they can do about it. It's not like it's a, hey, somebody used your card without your authority. So, oh well, it is what it is. But this weekend, actually, though, I do want to talk about something. So, at Finning Auto, I believe, Finning Automotive, something like that, on 176th or 170th in Edmonton, I'm actually going to be working a dyno day there. So if you want to get your car on the dyno, it's $125 free pulls. It's a trailer dyno, so if your car is a little lower, we do have spotters. We'll make sure that if you scrape, or if it's going to scrape, that we will put like wood under your tires and stuff like that, just so that you have the best chance of not scraping. And yeah, so that's not a problem. We also did extend the ramps this last time, so that actually worked out really good. It definitely made it so that there are some vehicles that would have scraped initially. It did. You know, and like, it should be a really fun time. And, you know, hopefully we get a bunch of cars out and just have a ball. I'll be, basically, my role is going to be strapping some of the vehicles down, and also calling out the dyno numbers, and actually I'm going to be talking with the people as well, because I'm just going to ask, like, okay, what's all been done to your vehicle, and as well, like, what is your expectations of power, right? And it just, you know, makes it kind of cool, and especially when I yell out numbers and it's higher than what they expect, that's really cool. And who knows, maybe we'll get some 1,000+ horsepower vehicles on the dyno. You never know. That's always fun. I've only seen one 1,000 horsepower car in the dyno, and that was actually 1,100 horsepower technically. It was honestly one hell of a box body. It was quite the sleeper too. Just really cool car. Because it was actually 302 based, and basically aftermarket block and stuff. Oh, I'm gonna have to. That sucks. I'm gonna have to replace my rear view mirror again, because the thingy for when there's, you know, the darkener for it is a little loose on there, and I kind of have to look up like this for it to fully do it, instead of how I normally look like this and just look over. That sucks too, but oh well. I might be able to find one in one of Keith's parts cars, to be honest, because he's got many. I know I don't have one in my parts car, so I wish I did, because yeah, I would just do that when I got home. Because I'm not going to be back in Sundre until next week, to be honest. Like, it's going to be Sunday, maybe Monday, that I'm back back home. I've been up in Sundre, been up in Edmonton, I should say, for the past week, to be honest. So, it was just really rainy for the first couple of days, and then I heard about this dyno opportunity, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to stay up. to, honestly, just playing around with this new Mustang project, right? That would have been cool. But sadly, scammers make it so that it's not a thing. Wah wah. And, like, the one thing is, I can be all super upset, I can be mad, and I can just be throwing a fit, but why? There's no point to that. There's no point lashing out on anybody else either, because, like, when I called TD, and the guy said, yeah, unfortunately, we can't do anything, like I said, are you kidding me? It was a rhetorical question, but he answered it. And, you know, actually, the guy on the phone, he was quite pleasant to talk to, and I will say that. So, whoever that was on the phone with me, kudos to you. I don't think you are watching my YouTube channel, but if you are, kudos to you, whoever you were. I don't even remember your name, I apologize. But, you know, that's what it is. But I hope everybody's having a fantastic evening, though. Yeah, at least I will say the weather's nice, although it looks like there's rain on the horizon, so hopefully I don't drive through that. Well, I can smell it, actually. It smells nice. Like, I love a good storm, to be honest. I just prefer to not drive through them. But I have no issues driving through rain, to be honest. That's fine. Because the one thing is, I have practiced driving in bad conditions in this car. I've done it a fair bit, actually. So, you know, and basically, if you drive through any bad conditions, to be honest, your best thing to do is just to slow down. You know, like, I've driven through, with this car, some of the worst blizzards I've ever seen. I have driven through some of the worst rainstorms I have ever seen, as well, where, you know, there's so much rain falling down that it's physically flooding the streets. That was fun. You know, especially when I'm on the QE2 and people are blowing past me, going quite a bit quicker when I'm only able to do about 40 kilometers an hour because I don't have the some of the nanny aids that these newer cars have to make it easier to do that. You know, stuff like traction control and stuff like that. And even like, because the one thing is, people will say, oh, these cars are actually really bad for bad conditions. And to be honest, they're not. It's people who drive them are bad. Like, there are lots of people out there that do not know what they're doing. And that's just one of those things. Like, and that's why I always say, if you can, go and find yourself a dirt corner or a corner that's in the snow or whatever, and just purposely spin out your car, to be honest. The reason why you do that is because you know the point of when it's going to go. And just play around with your car more. You know, the more that you play around with your car, the more you're going to know how it feels in those emergency situations. And that is just one of the great things that you can do, right? But, you know, we'll see. Like, there's rain on the horizon. Whether I drive through it or not, I don't know. It looks like I might. But that's why it's actually, like, it's funny. It's about 10 o'clock now. And that's why it is so kind of actually darker than what it normally would be because of, you know, the sun is covered up by all these rain clouds and stuff. But, you know, because honestly, like, around here, yesterday was, you know, summer solstice. So it was actually the longest day of the year and also the shortest night of the year, where sunset was closer to 11 o'clock at night when the sun was fully set. And, you know, sunrise is actually quite early, so. But, you know, it's one of those things, yeah, I was a little bummed out from that experience, to be honest. Because I'm really, like, yeah, $50 is something I can't really afford to lose that week. getting a little bit of money this weekend. So, and YouTube videos are doing really well. So I should be getting, more money from that. Because like there's this one video, like honestly, that I did when I went down to Vulcan. My friend Corey, he was selling some vehicles, and he asked me like, "Hey, would you want to come down and film this stuff?" I'm like, "Sure." And surprisingly, the video that has gotten the most traction is actually his Chrysler New Yorker in '73. That video, it's really shocked me of how many views it's getting. Because you look at the video, you look at the car, well, it's a very nice preserved car. It's in beautiful shape. It's encroaching on, I think it's close to 5,000 views now. And also, it is right around, it's got me over 50 subscribers. So it's amazing. And at this point, like, I'm gonna way surpass Novotas to 3,000 subscribers at this point. With the current projections right now and stuff, where I'm seeing subscribers, I might have 3,000 subscribers by the end of the weekend. So, if it keeps climbing and climbing like it has, which, fingers crossed it does, that'd be really cool. That'd be a nice little milestone to hit. And it's always nice, the more videos I put out, the more I see this progress, the happier I get. And, it's one of these things. Because I like to be the happy-go-lucky girl. I don't want to be this kind of just sad, depressed person that sometimes I can be. But on my channel, I always want to be kind of upbeat as much as I can. So that's why I like this situation with being scammed by this blogger, that I'm not like super upset about it. I'll complain a bit, sure. That's a given. And actually I'll have to check. Ooh, that's gonna be close. I'll figure out something here. Because I just thought about that. Am I actually gonna have enough money to fill the car? Because after the weekend I will, don't get me wrong. But right now, because I might need gas before I get back home. That would be tough, but figure out something for sure. But yeah, so something, because why not talk about this? So that GMC, right? That little, honestly, shitbox GMC. It's a terrible truck. Terrible truck. That truck is, because it's got the Nissan swap, right? And I did allude to something that may or may not happen. We might just honestly find another sled 6 to drop in it. Let's make a video out of that, and then getting it running and driving proper and all that stuff, because motor, I'm pretty sure, is locked up, and, but I could also show a way that if we do acquire this Valiant, because it's 67 four-door Valiant, it's not that special of a car, to be honest, but finding an early Valiant like that, to be honest, it's probably worth more in parts than it actually is together. As sad as that is. But, and who knows, maybe we'll part it out a bit. But we kind of talked about as a joke, in a way, of like, well, swap that Nissan diesel into that thing, to be honest. It'd be kind of funny. And then the OBS, we could just find another 350 or something to put in there. And do it that way, right? And actually have a nice driving truck, although we might need a new transmission. So the transmission doesn't want to shift, but if we actually have to kick down hooked up properly, maybe it wouldn't actually be too bad. What am I hearing? Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, that's just money kind of moving around in my my ashtray. Because I don't use my ashtray to smoke, because I don't smoke, obviously. But you know, I do use it for money. Just, you know, coins for when I get the car washed and stuff. Speaking of which, this thing does need a bath badly. I need to honestly just clean this thing out, make it a little more presentable, especially for the weekend, because I'll be showing the car off, but at the same time, I'll be working the dyno, and I won't really be around the car very much. But for people checking it out, you know, it'll be cool, right? So, yeah. So it should be a fun sort of time. Oh, that is a police officer. Hi, Mr. Bobo. I am not speeding. Yeah, although he is, I mean, he might be looking both ways. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, he'd be looking this way, yeah. But, you know, promise I'm not speeding. And he's not speeding off to catch me, so, yeah, I wasn't speeding. That's fun. And now, because the one thing is, I don't know how long I'll be live for, to be honest. Because once it gets dark in here, I've really got no lights in here, period. My dome light does not work, and even then, that would just be, it wouldn't look good on camera with the light back here. If it was like up here or something, it wouldn't be so bad. But, you know. But if there's anything you all want to talk about, you want to ask, let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it. I will say, I did today film a new video though, that is going to be released in the next couple of days, of car show etiquette. So, car show etiquette and what you actually should be doing and stuff like that, and how you can just be not only respectful to not only people's vehicles, but to also what you should do or what you shouldn't do at a car meet, period. Or a car show or anything like that. So, like I said, I filmed that today, and hopefully it turned out well. I do need to look into that to see how that actually turned out, because I kind of rambled for a bit. That does happen. I have ADHD, so that's something I can't stop that when it happens. It just goes and goes and goes. But it's one of those deals. As well, I don't know if I'll be on his channel this weekend. We'll see. But my friend Novataz, he has a live stream every Saturday at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, and so that is 9 Eastern. He has an automotive sort of chat. It's Garage Tools and Bar Stools podcast. So that's a fun time. And basically, while it's automotive centric, it doesn't actually doesn't mean though that it's always going to be automotive related. We can talk about other things too. So yeah. So hope to see you there. And hopefully, you know, you can hear me just fine. Because that's the one thing I can never know how I sound. And I know like the quality of the camera is not going to be great because the lighting and stuff is terrible right now. But welcome to being at night, right? And like you can see, you know, what I'm looking at in the distance here, because you can see I'm driving into what looks to be a little bit of storms here. You can see a little bit of rain potentially coming down up there, so we'll see. Hopefully not, but if it happens, it happens. You know? Like I said, I've driven through rain, I've driven through really terrible conditions, so it doesn't bother me to do it. I just prefer not to, for obvious reasons. But, you know, it's one of those deals. Oh, why is that all zoomed in? Or maybe it was like that. I don't know. But, yeah, is there anything y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to ask me? Because if I had those 40 subscribers right now, I'd be over 3,000 subs. So, oh well. It is what it is. You know, it's fun doing these. You know, you can see my Pikachu hat, which this hat, like, you know, it's made its triumphant return to the channel. You'll see it in videos from henceforth. Because that's the one thing. I don't really wear it when it's really cold or anything. But this hat is one of my, like, kind of my identity. It's interesting because people will actually recognize me from my hat. It's really cool. And I'm, you know, just a fan of Pokemon and everything. And, you know, big fan of cars, to be honest. Like, that's the one thing, because if you don't know me, my name is Katarina, and you know, this is my automotive channel. It's not very often that I stray away from automotive, but sometimes I do on occasion. These live streams, they can go anywhere, to be honest, but that's why it's a live stream. There's no structure to them, it's just me in front of the camera. Now, there is a thing to be said, though, about my videos in general. If you're not a regular viewer of my channel, my videos have minimal editing in them. And basically, like, I don't typically cut stuff out in the middle or anything. There might be stuff that I cut out at the end and whatever else, but not all the time. So, it's just one of those things. And I always try to, just try to be the very best that no, I'm just kidding. I just try to be as genuine as I can. And, you know, that's why, like, sometimes when I see those comments of people saying, like, I'm fake, I'm like, what is fake about my channel? I'm a chick with a tripod and a phone with a couple of cars. You know? I travel around the province searching for cars and filming them. Like, how's that fake? So, I've seen some of those comments in the past, and it's always, like, it's puzzling. For sure. Okay, that's it. Woo! Had to make sure that I had my wallet, because I had it outside the car in Red Deer, and I was like, oh crap. And yes, this actually has a Snap-on wallet. You probably can't read that, but I got it for free, so don't say, hey, she's a Snap-on chick. I'm really not. To be honest, Snap-on, for the most part, is a rip-off. It's a half-decent wallet. It's about a $45 wallet, apparently, which is not that expensive, but which is surprising, because, again, Snap-on. But, hey, you know, it's a nice thing to have. Bit disappointed about this whole situation, but this is how it goes. Yeah, now the one thing is, if I don't get any interaction in the chat next bit, I will actually be ending the live, because I don't really have too much more to say that I can think of. You know, I know that there is, I gotta get the location of it, and when I know, I will tell y'all. I will be at a Dino Day in Strathmore on July 8th, so stay tuned for that. And I might be making it down to Street Wheelers this year. So I really want to, but we'll see. I don't know for sure what's gonna happen with that. Like I said, I hope it happens. I really do. But we'll see. I haven't been to Street Wheelers in so long. This car has never been to Street Wheelers, period. So it'd be really cool to see people's reactions to the car and whatnot. See what's what. I know there is huge burnout competition that's happening at Car Show that is happening in Warner. I don't know if I'll make that, though. A friend of mine really wants me to go to it. And I don't even know what it's going to cost me when it's all said and done, because there is the ticket to get down there, like the ticket to buy, and then, which is $20. And then there is also thing of, well, paying for my food and paying for, my gas and all this jazz. So it gets tough because I don't make a lot of money, right? It's really not much at all. So YouTube doesn't pay pretty much anything, and I don't make much money from these dyno days either. So, but the dyno days are more fun than anything else. So I do get some videos from them. I should have filmed more vehicles on this last dyno day, but I didn't. So, oh well, because I only did it with video. Now here's a big question. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close for fuel to get back. But like I know I'm probably gonna stop. Actually, there's a Shell in, I think it's Nisku, that's actually really cheap on fuel right now. It's only $1.30 a liter. So plus I have an AMA card, so 3 cents off of that is actually $1.27 a liter. That's pretty damn good. And I might be able to actually swing that. So I would have been able to before, but for sure. However, now with an extra $50 out of my account, it's not as good. But that's how it goes. A bit. I am actually just going to put the music on and end the live stream, so we're getting no interaction from any of you, which is okay, it's fine. So anyways, hope you guys did enjoy your day, and I hope you have a good rest of your week, and a fantabulous weekend. My name is Katarina, and I'm signing off here, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!